Welcome everybody. This is A Beer with Burley. My name is Brian Burley. Guest today is I call him Larry Ellison, but his real name is Patrick Ellison.
I wish I was Larry Ellison.
Yeah. This is the first one, so we were just working out some kinks. So hopefully everything's all good and well, and we don't have any issues. So the point of this podcast is to bring people on, and people that are local business owners, influential people locally as well, and to hear their story, hear what they're doing with their business, their passion projects. And it's also called A Beer with Burley. It's not a get hammered with Burley. It's not a get buzzed with Burley necessarily. Although this is a 32-ounce beer for the first one. I just had to clear that up because some people in my family are like, "Is this get buzzed with Burley?" No, it's not get buzzed with Burley. So a little bit about the podcast. It's a part of my company, Burley Tech, which you can see right here, where our polo currently. And Patrick, I know I talked to you about this last year, about this idea that I had. We were actually sitting at RIP, and we've sat down a few times, and you've helped me with a few projects. So it's kind of crazy that it's now happening during this whole crisis where we're forced to stay.
What better time to do it?
So.
What better time to start?
Yeah. So we're going to bring people on. I've had a lot of interest of people even out of state now of doing it, since we can do it in this capacity, which means we can try beers technically from all across the country if we can get them here, or even if it's just, I guess we could try like name brands like Bud Light and Budweiser and Coors. Everything's got to get a review, right? I know everything's got to get a review. So they'll be on different scales. It's done in conjunction with my business, Burley Tech. We do IT consulting. I know I've been talking to you, Patrick, about some of the ideas that we have, and now we're going to be talking about here shortly about helping small businesses do some more video advertising. I think that'll be important after this whole pandemic has passed. I know we talked earlier about not saying the C word, so we're going to call it a crisis, or apparently those are being taken down off of YouTube. So, yeah, man, thank you for hopping on. It's kind of crazy that we talked about this a year ago. Oh, one other thing, this isn't necessarily a political podcast. I know that I've ran for office, and some people will be hopping on because of that, and there will surely be people here on the podcast that are political, but that's not the point of it. It's to help small businesses. It's to have a beer, relax, and talk about each other's passions and projects. So thank you for having me on, man. Like I was saying, it's crazy that we started this. We had this conversation a year ago.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, everything takes time, and everything's all about timing. And I think with everything going on right now really is the perfect time to do this. And with technology that we have, everyone has their fingertips with their phones on their their cameras and everything. What better time, And I think it's great to talk with you. I know you're really involved with Huntington Beach, and I'm in Huntington Beach as well. So it's cool to be able to kind of spread our word and just see the local businesses. And hey, thanks for having me on too. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's no problem. I consider you a good friend. I think we've been at RIP probably a handful of times. I'm having a problem with this new Bluetooth, so sorry for everybody. Excuse me, keep on touching my ear. I'm working through that. Just bought these this week. There was one thing I wanted to ask you about. When we talked about the first idea of doing this, it was in a brewery.
Yep.
And to actually sit down in a brewery and have that atmosphere, and have the lighting like we have here and everything else. That didn't really work out, which I ended up being too busy. Political life, the congressional campaign anyways. So that's why it didn't happen a year ago. But now this is like the perfect situation because I can, like I said, I can bring anyone on. We both picked up our takeout today. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce, what the podcast will be. Anybody who wants to be on the show, who wants to promote their business, you can go on my, our Facebook is just Beer with Burley, at Beer with Burley, or that's the like page. You can Facebook me personally on my profile or on Instagram, and also if you have any email suggestions for a beer, or if you just want to hop on the show, it's just brian@burleytech.com. I'll make sure to put it down at the bottom, and then anything for the guests, you guys can of course supply your information, and you do video editing, and I think the proper term is filmography. I don't know, maybe I just butchered that. Whatever, however you want it. We'll get to that in a second here after we review our first beer. But yeah, with that said, that is what A Beer with Burley is. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.